Hold on. Now, before you hit that close option on the YouTube video, just listen to me for a few seconds. Some of you seem to have a lot of respect for me, which is nice, and so you play the video but then you close it immediately because this is not a subject of your interest. I understand, respect that. But if you open the video and if you don't watch it fully or even partially, just in the beginning few seconds itself, if you close it, it is actually going to hurt the channel and me personally. I keep wondering why my videos are not interesting in the beginning itself, and this creates a lot of heartburn to me. So, if these particular videos are not of interest to you, I strongly recommend and request that you don't open the video at all. I would rather have less views but longer watching time, and do not watch my videos in the future if this is a subject that doesn't interest you. I fully appreciate and respect your interest, but don't open it and close it immediately. Thank you, and keep watching if this is a subject of your interest. So, ice creams can be healthy. You can eat as much as you want. You think ice creams cannot be healthy? Well, in this video, I will show 3 different methods in which ice creams can be made so that they can be healthy and you can eat them to your heart full and tummy full as well. Yes, as long as it is vegan, that means non-dairy, it is raw, that means it is not heated, ice creams can be healthy and it can be a whole meal as well. That's what I'm going to explain in this particular video. I will give you 3 different methods, 3 different sets of principles by which you can make ice creams in a very interesting, delicious way that are healthy as well. I will recommend these 3 methods in 3 different increasing significance so that you know what is best for you. And as a bonus, at the end, I will also explain how you shouldn't be making these ice creams so that potential mistakes can be avoided altogether. The first method is a very simple one. You take about 2/3 or 3/4 quantity of ice, a large quantity of ice, straight from the freezer into your blender. Add to it some flavoring agents. It could be orange juice, less than 1/3 of the ice quantity. Add a sweetener, and not sugar, please. And then you can add some vegan milk as well, almond milk or cashew milk, again less than 1/3 of it. Overall, in the entire process that you are combining, you should ensure that the ice quantity is at least 2/3 or preferably 3/4. In a blender, process them at a very high speed until everything is crushed together and comes together as an ice cream. This will happen in a high speed blender in a matter of seconds. If you process for too long, then the ice will melt into water. You don't want to do that. Consume it immediately. This will be very, very nice. You could use orange juice, you could add a little bit of papaya, you can add a little bit of apple, anything that you like can be added as a flavoring agent and you can make an ice cream. What is the benefit of this? It's a very low calorie ice cream. Basically, it's all water, right? Other than ice, there isn't much that you have added. So this is a very healthy way of making ice creams if you are looking for a low energy, low calorie ice creams. This is not my preferred method though. I do not like it because it doesn't add much nutrition. Yes, it is not adding malnutrition, but it is also not adding much of a nutrition. The second method is a preferred method for me, which some people call it as nice creams. What is an ice cream? Basically, you take a banana and break it into four equal parts approximately. You can even break it with your hand. Leave it in the freezer. Banana stays in the freezer for a very long time. When I say a very long time, I'm talking about few weeks to few months. It can stay in the refrigerator freezer section, please. So when you see that your bananas are going ripe and you are unable to consume, this is the best way. Break them into about 4 pieces with the peel taken off obviously, and leave it in the freezer. Whenever you want to make an ice cream, take those pieces of frozen banana. So you can take about 1 cup of frozen bananas, put it in the high speed blender, put some de-seeded dates. If you prefer, you can use other liquid sweeteners as well, but do not use sugar or anything. Jaggery, sugar, stay away from any of those. Use only natural sweeteners. To this, you may add some vanilla essence if you prefer. You may add some coconut oil, a little bit of coconut oil if you prefer that. If you want to downplay the smell of the cashews, this is one method by which you can do it. You can change the flavor by adding some cocoa powder and make a chocolate ice cream. You can add some grapes or any other things, orange juice, again, anything that you want to have a particular flavor of. You can add that to this mixture and blend it in the high speed blender for a few seconds until everything comes together as a smooth creamy ice cream. Again, you don't want to process it for too long, because if you process it for too long, the banana will come together as a sticky paste, diluted, which you do not want. So process it briefly, take it out and consume immediately. This is not something that you can store in the freezer section again. You want to consume it immediately. The third method, which is actually my most preferred method in terms of nutrition, it is the best, and that is have some cashews, a cup of cashews, maybe a little more as well. You can pre-soak them or you can avoid the soaking as well, directly leave it in the blender. All of these use a high speed blender. That is the best way of making ice creams. To this, add some dates which are de-seeded. Again, you could use a liquid sweetener of any other kind that you prefer, not sugar and jaggery again. And to this, you can add anything of your interest with respect to flavoring. You could use cocoa powder, you could use grapes, either the green grapes or the black grapes. You can even use raisins. You can add an apple. You can add a very small quantity of orange juice, but not much, because we don't want to dilute this in a big way. And you can also add coconut oil if you think that this is coming out too thick and then you want it slightly diluted. Maybe you like the coconut smell, then you can add coconut oil as well. Blend this in a high speed blender for a few seconds until everything comes together as an ice cream. You can consume it immediately, or you can leave it in the refrigerator freezer section and take it out and eat whenever you want. Why this is my most preferred way of making the ice cream? Number one, it's having a high quantity of good fats with a lot of energy. Cashews, dates provide a lot of energy, lot of nutrition. So I prefer to have them as a part of my meal. When I take a decent quantity of this ice cream, it becomes a complete meal for me. Takes me through a good part of the day in a very healthy way, not feeling hungry for a long time. Also, this is the most delicious that I feel of all the methods that I have tried. So, and this can stay in the freezer section for a long time, so that whenever you are hungry, you can take some of it and then have a few scoops. How many scoops? 2 scoops, 3 scoops, as you prefer. Add water as little as necessary to ensure that you have a good consistency of the ice creams. If you prefer, you can also freeze the cashews so that they are really cold. And I told you that I will give you the bonus of how not to make an ice cream. How not to make is making replacements that are not suitable. What is not suitable? If you think that instead of cashews you want to make the ice cream with almonds, no, that's not possible. If you think that you want to replace this with walnuts, no, it is not possible. And if you think that you want to replace with a cheap alternative as peanuts, sorry, that won't work either. Why they won't work? Because cashews tend to be creamy in nature. In an ice cream, as the word indicates, it got to be creamy. So if it isn't creamy, then it's not an ice cream. The only nuts that I know will go very well is ice cream, is cashews. Avocados are supposed to be creamy and you might be able to use them, but I have not tried it, so I do not know. So do not make replacements which are not suitable. But if you follow any of the 3 methods that I have suggested, you will make some very good ice cream that is healthy and also nutritious as well. And how do you eat them? You can add some garnishing to make it more exciting visually as well as by health. You can have some finely chopped almonds, dried cranberry, small pieces of grapes. So you can garnish with anything of your interest and enjoy the ice cream. I hope you found this video useful. These are interesting ways of making ice creams. By eating ice creams, your teeth will not be spoiled if you eat it in a healthy way such as this. If you liked the video, please click on the like button, share it with your friends and subscribe to my channel if you haven't. But most importantly, let me know in the comments what sections of this you liked, what is it that you didn't like. Do you have any preferred way of making healthy ice creams? Do you have some suggestions that you want to provide for me as well as for others? Have a nice day or evening, whatever is left for you. Bye bye.